This short information literacy presentation is here to guide you into this first module, which might not seem the most exciting way to start a university course. But keep in mind that we've got students from a whole range of backgrounds. Some might not have considered the issues in this information literacy module before. Others might think they know it all. Well, that is not really possible because we can all improve in this area, myself included. And sometimes reinforcing key lessons, overcoming misconceptions and clicking the brain into the right gear can save problems and anxiety later on. University learning is about skills, but it's also about deeper and richer understanding of knowledge, and by extension, information. Unsubstantiated claims, that which is the stock trade of much in the wider so-called news domain, are not acceptable. Research, evidence, and logical objective justification are the order of the day, particularly in education where our knowledge guides students. To get to the point where we can speak with authority in a way that fosters positive development, we need to be able to sift through the clutter, bin the dross, and extract the pearls of truth and wisdom. We need to establish what is valid and reliable and identify charlatanism, trickery, and propaganda. As the final point says, university learning is about using, identifying, and acknowledging information that can be supported by research or theory. And that's a very important thing to keep in mind at all times through this course. This skepticism is not just directed outwards at the wide range of literature in various forms that we confront. It also goes inwards. We need to examine our own knowledge and understanding, scrutinize our biases or preconceptions, and see if there are other equally valid points of view. To do this, we need to find evidence and justifications for our position and hold it up for scrutiny by others. Not to be told that we're wrong, but so that we can further modify our views in light of the knowledge of others and perhaps even discard our own initial position in favour of better arguments. However, to be able to do so, we need to establish credibility and justify being part of the debate. These are just some key points I'd like you to keep in mind as you work through this unit and as you work through the course. First of all, the first point there is there's never one answer. There are always multiple answers and perspectives, and some may be more correct than others. So what we try to do is we try to consider those different perspectives and think which one leads us to, as I said, the truth or the answer that we're looking for. And sometimes it'll be a combination of them. So that's why we're always on the lookout for different perspectives. So don't think that you've always got to look for that perfect solution, because that's not what education's really about. Secondly, the lecturer is not the arbiter of truth. Just because the lecturer thinks it so doesn't mean that that is like gospel. The lecturer might have a perspective and they need to just justify that perspective to you in the same way that you justify yours. It's comparing those two perspectives that we actually find a relevance to whatever educational situation we're looking at. Thirdly, people are terrified of referencing, and that is part of this whole information literacy module that you're going to go into. But I find that the best way of thinking of referencing is so that colleagues can easily find themselves the materials that I've consulted, so that they can verify. So I might quote somebody and they'll think, gosh, I'd never thought of that. I'd like to read the rest of that article or website or book or whatever. The reason we have standardized referencing is to make it easier for other people to find where they want to go. It's not there to beat you to death with, and it's not there to terrorize you with. So try and keep on that positive perspective as we move through. Of course, I'll point out when things aren't fitted in with the standard that we use, and that's just simply to get into a habit. All right, so don't feel traumatized by referencing. Look upon it as your friend, and some people find that really difficult to do. It's not my life's mission, but I can see the reasons behind it, and I hope you can as well. And lastly, when you're looking through all of the module and you're looking through literature later on in the course, what we're actually trying to do is trying to find quality backup for our judgments. If I have a perspective and I can find some really clever people out there who agree with that perspective, then I've actually got a little bit of support for my argument. So that's really what this whole process is about. Of course, what we do need to do is to make sure that everybody is across the foundations of the whole information literacy process that we work with. So that's why we're going in at what might seem a reasonably basic level. But don't let that worry you. Have a look. Make sure that you've got it across in your head about what you're looking for, and then we can start putting it into practice, confident that we've got a good foundation. And you'll find that it will actually improve the way you deal with this unit and other units in the course. Okay then, so let's go into the module and establish that we're all equipped with the right tools for the debates to come. And that's the whole aim of this module.